9th. What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with some hot topics, you guys. These are going to be the week's hottest topics for the week of this is September the 3rd through the 9th, you guys. So, before we go ahead and get into these hot topics, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know you can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, sharing the video, and with that, you guys, without further ado, let us discuss what is hot and what is trending this week, shall we? All right, you guys, so the first thing that we're going to discuss, it just recently came out. So earlier when I woke up, I saw on the news that the Queen, she was she was being watched by doctors and whatnot, right? So as the day has progressed, it's been all over the news, but then it finally came across that the Queen has passed away at the age of 96. It's so interesting when you think about this, because remember a few months ago, Jason Lee had a credible source that told him that the Queen had died. What was that, back in like June or July, or even before, maybe before that, right? But remember, Jason Lee was just adamant that his source was right, that the Queen had passed away and she was alive and kicking, right? Well, it's official. She has officially passed away, you guys, at the age of 96. So now her son will be the king. Ugh. I'm gonna leave that alone because I've never saw it, but Prince Charles, that is right, Prince Charles, right? Yeah, Prince Charles, I've never saw it for him, especially hearing his story, because actually I think it was on 2020 that I was watching where they were talking about his story, him and how him and Princess, it was 20, I think it was one of them shows that I was watching later, it was 20, I think it was 2020 that came on at 9 o'clock. So they were talking about his relationship, when him and Princess Diana got married, and he was still having that affair with that Camilla woman. That woman is ugly. I don't like calling people ugly, but Camilla is just not a. When you think about Princess Diana and Camilla, it's apples and it's a sack of potatoes. No shade to that woman, but she is just not a cute woman. She's, oh God, the first time when him and her finally got married, I was like, that's her. Poor Princess Diana. Beautiful, beautiful woman. You guys people have been killing me on Twitter and Instagram with these memes of, Princess Diana and Meghan Markle. Oh my God, have you guys saw the one where it's one meme where it's like, Princess Diana and the Queen is trying to come to into heaven, right? And that's like, it's the season of Real Housewives of Atlanta where Phaedra's getting a divorce from Apollo, and Kenya slammed the door in her face. That's one of them. Then they were like, when Princess Diana sees when she sees the Queen, it's Chrissy and Kimbella, and they saying that, Princess Diana is Chrissy beating up Kimbella. Then every meme that you can think of, like with something black on, like they got a meme with Beyonce talking about that's Meghan Markle at the funeral. Oh my God. I saw this TikTok video of this young girl who's a white girl. She was like, she never was really a fan of the royal family because of the colonization of those. I was like, you better speak, little sister. You better speak. But yeah, the Queen passed away. I'm not laughing at her passing. She lived a long, great life, right? 96 years old. I would love to see 96. So now, yep, Prince Charles is now King Charles. So, okay. But yeah, rest in peace to the Queen. King Charles. Y'all can have that. Thank God I don't live over there, because I could never call that. So does that make, now see, I don't think that would make her is she gonna be the Queen of England? Would she be the Queen? Camilla? I don't know. Don't really care, to be quite honest with you guys, but hey, that's really it. Rest in peace to Queen Elizabeth, and let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next story that I want to talk about is the situation that actually happened last week after I recorded my video with. So I talked about Aries Spears last week. Went off on him about him talking about Lizzo looking like the shit emoji, right? Well, that was short lived, right? Because after that, I saw that there was this lawsuit that was happening between Tiffany and Aries, where this woman was suing them, right? And I was like, okay, I'll oblige. Just like, what the hell's going on? I want to put this out here and say, when it comes to Aries Spears, like I said in last week's video, I liked Aries Spears when he was on Mad TV. Mad TV was my show back in the day, so I liked Aries on Mad TV. But here recently, I ain't really kept up with Aries Spears. I haven't thought about an Aries Spears in years. If I think about anybody from Mad TV, it is, Deborah, Nicole Sullivan, Michael McDonald, those other names. Not a Aries Spears. Aries Spears is like one of the last people that I think about. But hey, it is what it is, right? So now the story is very interesting because it involved at the time, I think a 7-year-old and a 14-year-old, right? Now I don't remember when this, I think it might have been like, I think they said 2013 or something like that, right? So now the thing that I'm kind of confused about is this mother. The mother, where was the mother at through this whole entire ordeal when this stuff was happening to your children, right? And I know that currently the sister has custody of her younger brother. I'm like, girl, I'm thinking to myself like, why did you have custody of your brother and not your mother? I don't want to go too deep into it, but I just had those questions. So the situation is they made this very inappropriate video. Now, granted, I know why they were I can understand what they were trying to do, raise some awareness about who you leave your children with, but I don't think that this was the right route to go. This video was the most disgusting, the most cringeworthy. I was just appalled watching this video, and it was just like, what the hell is this, right? So it's a 7-year-old boy, right? Now, I know that there's a video with the girl. I didn't see that video. The only video I saw was with this young boy, right? So excuse me, y'all. So Tiffany is playing this young boy's mother. So I guess she was going out for the day and to do some things, and she left the child with his quote uncle, who was portrayed by Aries Spears, right? So she brings him downstairs, and mind you, the little boy just has on his underwear. That threw me. I was like, so what? Like huh? Like, like I have like my little cousin. I mean, he's 9 years old, so he walks around the house, no, with a shirt on and his underwear. That's but that's neither here nor there, right? But he wouldn't, that's that's in the comfort of home. And I get it. I mean, it's supposed to be family, but I think the thing that bothered me was the fact that they sexualized it. It was so sexualized, right? I think that was what bothered me. That was what bothered me the most, right? So when she left, you could see the little boy is on the floor, right? He is playing with his toys. So then you see Aries. So Aries has a paper in front of him, right? So then one paper falls down like this, and there's another paper in front of his face that has holes cut out around where the eyes will be, right? And so you see him, and he is just looking at this little boy. He's just gawking at it. And I'm like, oh God, this is nasty. And I think the thing that made it the most perverse for me was the fact that number one, they were playing R. Kelly's I Don't See Nothing Wrong with a Little Bump. I was like, say what now? That threw me. Then it was the fact that at one point he had a little toy gun in his hand and he was doing this motion. I was like, no sir. Then at one point he was sitting down with his legs spread, and they zoomed in on his crotch. I was like, who approved this and why? Who approved this? And I know that Aries is vehemently against it, right? He feels like this is a money grab, and I'm like, what money do you have for somebody to grab? Tiffany has spoke out. I'm still not. Eh. You can speak out, but I still have a proverbial side eye for you because when you saw the final cut, did you not say, "Can y'all delete that? Can y'all destroy that? That looks terrible." Because like I said, they zoomed in on his crotch. Then at one point, the little boy was his back was to Aries. You see Aries squirts some baby oil on. I was like, this is too sexually suggestive. Like in my mind, I can semi understand a concept, right? I know what the concept was supposed to be. The concept was supposed to be watch who you leave your be careful and mindful of who you leave your children around. I get that. I get that. I get that. I get that, right? I'm not against it. I understand what they're trying to say. Be mindful of who you leave your children around. But at the same token, why did it have to be so sexual is my problem. Why did it have to be so sexualized, right? And I get it. When it comes to pedophiles and, people who mess with children, they don't care about how things look to, to the masses, right? But that was just nasty to me. Now I know a lot of people have talked about this scene where he was in the bathtub. I didn't see that. I don't want to see it. I didn't want to see the video when it came across my Twitter timeline, but I was just like, what the fuck is this? This is nasty. I just don't, I can, in my mind, I never can wrap it around people who do things to children. Your brain has to be so warped and so distorted that you could find a child attractive. How do you get aroused? How do you get turned on by a child? I always feel like people, now I know that sometimes that is a cycle of abuse that has happened to them. I know that part, but then also the psychology when I think about it, I'm like, you must don't have any access to a grown man or a grown woman your age. You must not have the people skills. Oh God, but that video was disgusting. So yeah, like I said, so they feel like this is a money grab, right? Because I know they said at one point the mother came to them. I don't know why they didn't file this lawsuit sooner. But even now that they filed it and this video has resurfaced, I think that's the other thing that they're trying to say. So they are saying, and this is alleged. I don't know this to be true, so we're gonna say allegedly. But I know that they are alleging that they may have done some things with these kids. I'm a hope and pray not. Ugh. But that video, I just couldn't get like, how did you sexualized that boy playing with his toy? It's a gun. It's a toy gun. So he's like a shotgun. But they sexualized that. But like I said, the main thing that really blew me was when they had zoomed in on the little boy's crotch. That was nasty. Nasty as hell. But hey, let me know what you guys thought about that in the comment section below and we will discuss it. Let's pause here. Let's move on to the next story, guys. All right, you guys. So the next story is going to be King Harris. You guys, that family annoys me. More specifically, T.I. and some of his kids. T.I. and more specifically, King Harris. Those two annoy me, right? So King got arrested, right? I don't know why people want to, like, sometimes you think people talk about, oh yeah, they locked me up, I got a mug shot. Like, that's not a badge of honor. I want to tell people that is not a badge of honor. Not at all, right? You know, and At 33 years old, I know now that it's not a badge of honor. I know it wasn't a badge of honor even as a teenager, but as a teenager, I did my fair share of things that I shouldn't have done. There were a lot of things that I shouldn't have done, right? And there were a lot of things that I did that could have gotten me arrested, right? And even in my late teens, my early 20s, I've done a lot. I've I've done some things that I'm not that proud of, right? Me and my friends, we used to, take from our jobs, no shade to us, but we used to pick, we used to, take things for the free from our jobs. I've had I've had warrants for my arrest out. So I've done my fair share of things, right? But then at the end of it, when you think about it, it's like, why would you do all this stuff? Like, it's dumb when you really think about it. It is really dumb when you think about it. Hindsight is 2020. So King Harris, like I said, he got arrested, but he got arrested for a moving violation, and here he is on social media just proud of it. Now, if I got arrested, I wouldn't be proud of that shit. It's nothing to be proud of. And then here you are, your father is T.I., your mother is Tiny, and you getting arrested behind some dumb shit. You live a privileged lifestyle. Your parents have done so much so that way you don't have to go through some of the same hardships that they went through growing up. And I think that's something else that I've learned growing up, right? My mom did so many things so that I didn't have to live, go through the things that she went through, right? Now, even still, there are still things that we can't avoid because of who we are and how we look, right? There are things that we can't avoid, especially when it comes to the cops. So I get that, but I just don't get why they need to sit down with that. Well, he's a kid. He's not a kid anymore. He's a quote unquote adult, a dumbass adult, but an adult. And I was 18 once, 17, 18. I was at age once, and it was hard for my mom to get through to me. But I will say, the things that she told me as a teenager and in my early 20s that I didn't listen to then, I look at it now and I was like, what? She was only trying to, instill things in me. She was trying to do the best she could for me. And I appreciate her for the things that she tried to instill into this knucklehead of mine as a teenager and in my 20s. I appreciate her so much now for it. So, I guess it is with the age old saying, with aging grows maturity. So maybe as he gets older, he'll get more mature and more wiser, hopefully. But with a father like T.I., I don't know if the apple is falling that far from the tree. Just saying. Don't know that the apple is falling far from the tree, but hey, little boy, do something positive with your life. Like, you proud of getting arrested for a moving violation? It ain't like you had a weapons charge. It's not like you had drug possession. It's a moving violation. So you gonna go to jail? Like, they like, what you in here for, little nigga? Oh, they arrested me because my tail light was out. Oh, they arrested me because I was going over the speed limit and I ain't pay a traffic ticket. Say what, nigga? Nigga, get your little ass out of here. Unpaid parking ticket. Well, you know what? Never mind. Shut up, because I was about to put out some people's business, but hey. So yeah, you guys, let's pause here and let's move to the next story. All right, you guys. Next up, let's talk about old wide hip ass Tim. So Tim Norman's trial for unliving his nephew. Every time I say that, it's just like, wow. How low can you go to unlive your nephew for an insurance policy? That story just deeply disturbs me. That man took out his own nephew so that he could cash in on a life insurance policy. Really, really, Tim. Like that's when I always go back to the saying, like say, because I have, and I'm not judging anybody who's been to prison and come home. I'm not judging, but I always judge. I don't judge them. I just question, like when people get out of prison, they stay out of prison for a few years and then they go right back for something similar. I'm like, did you have a boyfriend that you missed down there in prison that's in prison for life? Like you must have left something there that you missed. Because why would you go back? Because I have an uncle that was in prison. He was in prison just before. Nope. No, 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 no. He was in prison. Actually, yeah. He was in prison from the time I was born until about the time I turned 24, I would say. I think I was at least 20 years old. And I was in my 20s. I think I was 23, 24 years old when my uncle finally got out of prison. So he said he wasn't going back, right? Guess what? The fool is back in prison again. He's back in prison once again, right? And I think this time, so he's gone. He's not gone for life, but he'll be an old ass man by the time if he gets out. Because I really just don't see it, right? Because my uncle is, I think he's in his, my uncle is somewhere in his 50s, I think. Either he's in his late 40s or his early 50s, I believe, somewhere around there, right? He's somewhere around late 40, early 50s. And he got about 30 years in prison. You do the math. You do the math. If he's late 40s, early 50s, and he got another 30 years on top, he got another 30 years again. You do the math. Homeboy is gone. I don't know why he went back. I mean, that's just the dumbest shit to me. For me, the dumbest thing in the world, but hey. So I don't judge people. I just wonder, like, did you leave something in there that you couldn't live without? Mainly a boyfriend. I just wonder. No shade. Just wonder. But Tim, back to Tim. So Tim, you guys know, like I said, he did the unliving for hire. I still to this day don't understand how you can do that to anybody, especially someone that is your family member. Like your family. Interesting, right? So the trial started, I believe the trial started on Tuesday. More people are pleading, there are more people that are pleading guilty in this, but Tim is still adamant about his innocence. I'm like, how? When they have proof. I mean, they have the text messages and everything. They have phone records. So how are you still, innocent? The latest thing that I saw was he is trying to blame the fact that he was out protesting about I think it was Mike Brown for Black Lives Matter. I was like, sir, you think they're gonna arrest you for trying to for unliving your nephew because you were protesting in a Black Lives Matter? Tim, go to hell. Like, sir, go straight to hell. Huh? Tim is playing a joke with me. Tim is playing a joke on me at this point. I don't have anything else for Tim. But let's talk about, since he mentioned Black Lives Matter, let's just briefly discuss Black Lives Matter, you guys. The organization, I don't know if more and more things come out about that organization, about people and the money and what they do with the money, buying these $1 million homes and whatnot. It's just like, you want to defend the organization, but then you like, I can't defend that, right? What I can defend is the movement of Black Lives Matter. I can defend the movement. I can defend the Black Lives Matter movement, that I can defend all day, every day. That what I roll my eyes, because what pisses me off is when I see these people who roll around with these all lives matter signs, and these, it's the All Lives Matter. It is the Blue Lives Matter. Well, actually, I see a lot of Blue Lives Matter signs. Those frustrate me when I see those. I don't even want to go too deep into them, but I just, I don't know what's going on when it comes to the Black Lives Matter movement. I just don't know what the hell is going on. I be trying to figure it out, but I just can't, you guys. I really, truly cannot figure it out. But yeah, let's pause here and move forward. All right, you guys. So the next thing that I want to talk about is let's talk about the shooting that happened at Blaze, which is Candy and Todd's restaurant out there in Atlanta, right? So I woke up and I was actually at work when I saw this. I was on Instagram and I saw that, I forgot who posted it, but I saw that there was a shooting with two employees at Blaze Steakhouse, right? I was like, that's really interesting. Blaze, not the restaurant that I was expecting. No shade. I was kind of expecting it to happen at OLG. But I was like, okay, Blaze. So they didn't, at the time that I first saw it, they didn't release who was shot, right? Who, and I still don't know who the person who did the shooting was. But now we know that the person that got shot is actually Candy's little cousin, Melvin. You guys know the one that she raised. We gotta remember him from Real Housewives of Atlanta and from Candy and the Gang, the one that works in the kitchen. And my best friend, she texted me about it, and I was like, wait a minute. Actually, that's when I first found out about it. Was when my best friend texted me about it. I was like, Melvin. I'm like, Melvin works at OLG and not Blaze. So I wonder why. So I wonder if Melvin is going back and forth between. I wonder if Melvin has moved from OLG to Blaze. But hey, I did see him. So he did post it. I think he got shot in the leg, but Melvin is fine. He did he did show that bullet hole. I was like, ugh, and he was bleeding. I was like, ugh. There are just certain things we shouldn't put on social media. There are certain things we shouldn't put on social media, though that is one thing that blood does it for me. Blood does it for me. I can't do blood. I don't want to see blood if it's just a no potato for JB. But so yeah, he did get shot. He is going to be fine. I just wonder what the hell happened. That's what I wonder. What happened? Why do you feel the need to? I mean, it's one thing to get into a disagreement with people, right? But you now have a charge. I mean, whoever did this shooting, you. Well, actually, I know. Actually, I know that the person who shot him, they left. They didn't stay around. I'm like, well, damn. So what if you unlive this man? So you are. I mean, really. So we really willing to take a murder charge, an attempted murder charge, because of what? Like, that's my thing when it comes to this day and age. We can't take people can't take an ass whooping these days. You'd rather just pop, 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 pop. Just take an ass whooping. It's fine. Get your ass beat and live to fight another day. Like Mr. Jones said to Craig in Friday when it came out of Debo. Live. You get knocked down, but you live to fight another day. So yeah, prayers up to Candy, prayers up to Melvin, prayers up to everybody who was at that restaurant and had to see that. Child, I hope the restaurant was closed. I hope the restaurant was closed and there weren't people in that restaurant, because how can you be sitting here eating your steak and you hear pop, 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 pop? Bitch, run. No. It's just an interesting story, just very interesting all the way around, that you willingly took a gun to do this. Then, like I said, assault, attempted murder, could have been murder, assault with a deadly weapon. Like, you got so many charges that are probably gonna come your way behind what? Like, what was the cause? It makes no sense to me, you guys, but hey, let's discuss that in the comments below, and let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next story, Kanye West. You guys saw Kanye West is mad at Adidas, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. He posted why he's mad at Adidas. He's mad at Adidas because he's saying that Yeezy. That now here's my thing when it comes to the Yeezys. That shit is ugly. I have a friend that I used to work with. He is always there for every Yeezy drop. He gets something from every one of them. I'm like, but those clothes are ugly. I'm sorry, but those clothes look like something that a homeless man would wear. When I first saw those Yeezys, I don't think the only thing that I see that people wear a lot of that I would potentially buy from Yeezy are those sandals, those slides. That's the only thing that I can tell you that I would buy from Yeezy are the Yeezy slides because I actually like how they do look, right? I like the Yeezy slides. That would be it. Nothing less, nothing more. As far as his clothes, it is a hell no for me. Those clothes are ugly. Like, I just wouldn't buy his clothes. I would buy those Yeezy slides. That is it. That is all. So yeah, Kanye is mad at them about Yeezy Day. He's saying that they made this, they made color patterns behind his back decisions. They made decisions about color patterns. They made decisions about naming things. They made decisions about this. They made decisions about that. So Kanye wants for everybody to boycott Yeezys. I mean, not Yeezys, but Adidas. Sir, good luck with that. Because the next Beyonce Ivy Park drop, my black ass is going to be right there buying those clothes. Like, I wonder, like, and I'm not going to boycott them because I don't know what the particulars of Kanye's contract when it comes to Adidas. I don't know if he just gave them the licensing to his name, Yeezy, or what. I have no idea. So until Kanye, well, you know what? I'm not listening to nothing from Kanye. Sorry to tell you guys that. But when it comes to Kanye, JB ain't listening to anything from him. No shade to Kanye, but I'm just not listening to it. But yeah. Are y'all boycotting Adidas? Baby, Adidas ain't done nothing to me. Why am I gonna boycott something that a person ain't done nothing to me? That's like when Monique wanted people to boycott Netflix. Girl, Netflix wronged you, not me. Now, if it's something that they do to the black community, I'm right there with you in solidarity. If they do something to the community, we in solidarity. But they didn't do nothing to the community. They did something to you. You, 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 you. Not me. Have fun with that. Let me know if you guys are boycotting Adidas. I would hope not. Let's pause here and let's move forward, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next, it's a little story. So Bow Wow. I guess Bow Wow saw what Chris Brown is doing with the meet and greets with his fans, and I hadn't talked about this with Chris Brown. I want to say that I know people get upset about the things that I know people still have an issue with Chris Brown with the things that he's done in his past, right? Can we let his past be the past? If the man hasn't done anything here recently with abusing women, let's let the past be the past. Let's not forget about it, but let's not keep harping on what happened, right? Like I've said before, Rihanna has moved on with her life, has a baby. So if she's moved on, we need to do the same thing as well, right? So you guys remember Chris Brown was doing those meet and greets with his fans. I think they were paying $1,000 for those pictures that he was doing with them. Like how you be when you're in the club with your homegirls, your boys, your girl, your guy. So that's what those photos were, and I was cool with them. I had no issues with them, right? So now Bow Wow is doing a meet and greet with his fans for $1,000. Say what? I would not pay $1,000 for a Bow Wow. I'm sorry. Bow Wow? Chris Brown is one thing. I spend 1K on Chris Brown. I spend 1K on Beyonce. I spend 1K on Rihanna. I spend one on Megan Thee Stallion. Who else did I say? Nicki Minaj. I spend $1,000 on all of them, right? But a Bow Wow, nigga, what? Nigga, who? No, sir. Bow Wow? Yeah, nah. Sir, you ain't been. Be nice. We're gonna be nice. You come see Bow Wow in Atlanta. Just drive down, just fly down to Atlanta, and you will probably find Bow Wow. Just saying. No shade to Bow Wow, but just saying. Um, yeah. So y'all paying $1,000 for Bow Wow? If you are, you can just kind of give me that money, and we can, we can take that thousand. Like I just said a few minutes ago, we can take that thousand. We can fly to, Atlanta. We can find out where Bow Wow hangs out at, and then we can just kind of do that. And I mean, if you're a woman, y'all, never mind. Shut up, JB. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. So let's pause here, you guys, and let's move forward. All right, you guys. So the next story that I want to talk about is Mystical. So Mystical, y'all know I told you guys recently about Mystical and him and his legal issues where he is once again accused. Well, yeah, he is still accused because he hasn't been found guilty. So it's accused. He's accused of rape, a woman, right? So they have charged him with it, right? And if he is convicted, this charge does hold up. This charge has a life sentence. I'm like, damn. Here we go again. Like, this is another situation. It's like, damn, did you leave somebody in prison? Huh. I just still don't get it when it comes to, rapia, or, the R word, whichever one you want to say, rapia, RAPE, the R word, all of those. I don't understand that. Why don't men, and there are women who do it, but more specifically men, why don't men understand that when a woman tells you no, that means no? Don't force yourself onto that woman. Deplorable, despicable, disgusting. Like you want to exert your power onto them. Oh, that's just nasty as hell to me. It just is disgusting. If a person says no, I don't want to have sex with you, they mean I don't want to have sex with you. That means go find someone. When you say you want to see my thing, you want to feel my thing, and they say, of course, let's go to your bedroom, let's go to your house, let's go to the car, let's go to the back of the parking lot, let's go anywhere and have sex. You can have sex with that person. When the woman says no, that doesn't mean, oh, okay, let me push up on you. You want to do it? No. You sure you don't want to do it? No. You sure you don't want to do it? No. And then you push them down, pin them down, do whatever you want to do to them, and still have your way with them. No means no. I don't understand why people can't grasp that concept. No means no, bitch. Stop. Stop. Don't pass go. Don't collect $100. Don't buy this property. Ixnay. No, no. No. Stop. But let's pause here, you guys, and let's wrap up this week's hot topics, you guys. All right, you guys. So I want to end on a very, very happy note, and it was a night. I love seeing it. Right. So I think it was Wednesday. I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't remember, but one day this week, President Obama, forever President Obama, and forever First Lady Michelle Obama. Love, love, love those two. Miss them immensely, right? But I do want to say this when it comes to the presidents. No president is perfect. So no president is perfect. Definitely not the last one that we had. But even with President Biden, nobody is perfect. So I want to say that. But President Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama, they were invited to the White House, right? So they were invited to the White House to unveil the portrait that was done of them. Now, mind you, this portrait was done 2 years ago. But you know who didn't invite them to the White House to unveil it? Oh, he is such an asshat. I pray that with all this stuff that has happened with them going to Mar-a-Lago and seizing all those documents from him, I hope, I hope, I hope that puts a stop to this man once and for all. But unfortunately, I don't believe that. Unfortunately, I just don't believe that it will. This man feels like he is Teflon. This was supposed to be a nice feel-good story about Michelle Obama and President Obama, and it still is. I just want to go off on that tangent. I just pray that stops that man in his tracks, and that he is not able to run for any kind of office. Lock that bastard up. You guys know, like, I pray all the time when it comes to him. Not for him. I don't pray for him. I pray for me, because I hate that man. And my grandmother always told me, Jerome, hate is a strong word. You don't say that you hate a person. You say that you dislike them, or you strongly dislike them. I don't strongly dislike who. I hate that man with a severe passion. I hate that man. Like, I hate him so much. There is so much hatred for that man. I don't let it fester, but when I do talk about him, you guys can see it. Like, I hate that man. I hate him. Hate him. Forgive me, God, for saying it, but I hate him. I hate him. But back to my president and my first lady. So they unveiled their portraits, and great portraits, by the way. Looked amazing. And I love when President Obama was talking about they captured everything that he loves about Michelle, and especially how fine she is. I was like, you better say that. Oh, I miss them so much, you guys. I miss First Lady Michelle Obama, and I miss President Obama. I do. But hey, you guys, that is really all I got for this week. Let me know what you guys thought about these topics that we discussed, and we will discuss them in the comment section, guys. So subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, guys. Share the video, and until the next time, you guys, stay safe. Take care of yourselves, wash your hands, wear a mask, social distance, you guys, and be blessed. You guys know we do this every single week. Same time, same place, same channel, and your same host. And I will catch you guys later on tonight for what we got tonight. We got Ready to Love, we got Life After Lockup, and we have Bell Collective. So I will see you guys in those videos. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.